Hey guys, welcome to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel, and today I'm going to be doing a top 5 video. But before I get into it guys, subscribe to that channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Alright guys, let's get into it. So the top 5 discussion today is going to be my top 5 favorite marker builds. Okay guys? And so it's going to be going from number 5 to number 1. And of course, I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown on why, each marker got the placement that it has, that I've given it. But don't get me wrong, guys. I love them all. I think you can't go wrong with any one of those, any one of these marker builds. And I'm not just saying that. I think any one of these marker builds will be fun as heck to play out on the field. Definitely perform very well. But of course, each one will perform within its unique, build, mission purpose, its role that you obviously are, obviously building the marker to fit that position, to fit that criteria, right? That mission purpose that you're trying to do. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. So, starting out with number 5, it is going to be your GPM build. Okay, guys? And my example that I have here for you guys is going to be our M110, 417 Assaulter clone build, okay guys? But it can be a build like this, guys, or any one of kind of our 14-inch, T15 kind of M4 marker builds as well too, guys, whether it's this one or the other M4A1. I'll show that to you guys here in a second, but barrel length to start out with, it's going to be, anything that has a barrel length of, let's say, 11 inches to 14 inches, maybe 15 inches at the most. It's going to be kind of that in between a designated marksman marker build and, of course, an assaulter style build, okay? The key is just that the optic is kind of where why my personal reasons on why I chose it as number 5, guys. Because, if you're going to be building a GPM build, you definitely can use any of the other optics, guys, right? A GPM build can be an assaulter, it can be a DMM, but typically, we like to see using a kind of a fixed magnification crossbow scope with these builds. The reason for that is that, it has kind of the combination of the magnification needed for the longer distance shots. You can pair it up with obviously a red dot as well too. And it's, like I said, it's just kind of built for this kind of medium range to, of course, CQB range, objective. Okay, guys? And so it kind of like does a little bit of everything within those ranges. And of course, any one of these markers, guys, can shoot out to 100 yards beyond. But because the optic is going to be limited to kind of the 60 or sometimes even 50 yard holds, you're not getting the, the 80, 100 yard long distance holds as you would be with the variable speed scope. And of course, because the weight and the size of the marker is not as small as a SBM or short barrel build, it's not as, I guess, light and as handy. Okay, guys. But what I do love about it is that they just look super cool, look super realistic. It does give you added accuracy compared to the SBM builds, and like I said, I think it's a great. For the sniper role, I think it's a great marker for the spotter because it allows you to have the magnification to obviously assist the sniper with the long distance shots, but it also can have the capability of using the bigger mags, right? The 19 round or the 18, 15 round magazines for the M117. And so that way you can obviously lay down a little bit more firepower, okay? So yeah, so that in number 5, that is going to be the GPM build. Whether that's with the T15 guys. I'm wanted to show you guys this one as well too. This is our other T15 M4 SOP Mod Block 2 FSP build. You guys have seen me test this marker, zeroing it with our ladder. It has the crossbow scope paired with the 45-degree red dot. I think this is like a great overall, like I said, general purpose marker, guys. Okay, so that's number 5. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the SASM build. Okay, guys, so the semi-automatic sniper marker builds. Okay, guys, so it's going to be the longer barrel, bigger marker, heavier weight, but with that heavier weight and size, you're going to get that increased accuracy at the longer distances, especially when you start talking about 60 yards or beyond, and going into the 80 yards and beyond. We're talking 2 or 3 inch minimum better groups than, let's say, like your SBMs or GPM builds, especially when paired with the DMM rounds or with the sniper rounds that we use. I think it's just a really cool setup because obviously, if you're trying to take that long distance shot, really kind of like play the sniper role to its fullest, right? Where you're all ghillie suited up, you're trying to hide, you're trying to observe, and then, like I said, really take those, long distance headshots out to, 100 yards. I think this is the build that would do it best. I love the color combination of our M110 SASS clone here as well. What I like about this build is that it is kind of specific build, right? Unlike the GPM, where it's kind of like does a little bit, a lot of different little things well, but not really specifically one thing well. The SASM build obviously does, like I said, the sniper distances, the longer distances well, right? It's built specifically for that purpose. The M17, I definitely would recommend for this build because of the heat core air consistency. You don't really have to, obviously worry too much about the air deficiency because of the M17, because we're not shooting that many rounds. And then, like I said, paired with the right optic, this one right here is our Lumix speed ring that we have on this marker. But if you're using, let's say, like the True Glow OptiSpeed, or my personal favorite, the Hawk XB1 crossbow scope, you get that reticle hold all the way out to 100 yards and beyond, and so you can really take good, accurate shots out to the further distances. Okay, guys, yeah, I really want to do a accuracy review for you guys on this marker in the near future. The other thing I like about it too, guys, is that unlike the counterparts SAR-12, I like a semi-auto sniper setup. I just like to be able to follow up those shots fast, right? If you need to take, another shot. As great as these markers can be with rifle barrels, match grade first strike ammo, dialed in optics, we're still not talking like real steel accuracy out to 100 yards, right? We're not talking sub MOA groups at 100 yards. So when we're talking, 5-inch groups or less at 100 yards, there's still that potential for a miss. So being able to follow up your missed shot right away without having to adjust and obviously reposition your marker, because you have to charge the charging handle, right, the bolt. I just like that, and then the fact that you can just engage more targets, I think that's a bonus. I would pair this up with obviously the shorty mags, guys, so that way you can shoot in the prone position, and most likely I would also pair it up with some type of bipod. Okay, so guys, number 4 is going to be the sniper, the SASM builds. Okay, number 3, this was a hard one, guys, because this could have been swapped between number 3 and number 2, as always. But, some of these is going to be personal preference, so you guys might have a different number on your list. But it was a very I guess internal struggle for me to choose number 3. But number 3 is going to be the shorty barrels, the SBM, assaulter type builds. I really love the MR18, right? The Mark 18 clone type of builds. Whether it's like our Mod O build here, our Mod 1, or even, you know, the CAG 416 Delta builds, right? So 10-inch barrels or less. They're just super well balanced, guys. Just like the real steel Mark 18, these things are just super well balanced. They don't feel heavy at all, even with all the different accessories on them. Even when paired with a suppressor, right? A fake suppressor, of course. They just feel really great. You can just run around fast with these. You can transition really fast, right? From different shoulder position to different shoulder position. They work obviously really well in an assaulter role. But that being said, I mean, these markers will still shoot back, you know, 100 yards or beyond. Maybe not as accurate as the longer barrel systems, but as you guys have seen in our video, we've gotten 5-6-inch groups at 80 yards. And so we're probably going to be getting about, you know, 10 to maybe at most 15-inch group averages at 100 yards. And so that's, you know, man-sized targets, right? Minute of man, right? Accuracy out 200 yards. And for all the benefits that you get, you know, at the close distances, the 60 yards and in, it's just a great build. Super cool. Just they look awesome as well too. They just look great, iconic. You know, not what else you can say about it. You know, the Mark 18 build is just a super iconic build. Okay. And like the sniper setup, right, the SASM, I like the fact that it's kind of specifically built. It's for the assaulter CQB close distance mission purpose, right? So it has a very specific, but like I said, it can still reach out to the longer distance targets as well. Okay, yeah, definitely one of my favorites. This is number 3, guys, but it definitely well could have switched with number 2. Okay. Number 2 on my list is going to be our DMM setups. So like our MR12 or our Mark 12 clones. Okay, guys, so this one is our MR12 Mod O clone, right? So it has that kind of that PRI handguard with the top rail front flip up sight, right, guys? And so yeah, it's just, you know, really accurate. Like the GPM builds, it's kind of a jack of all trades but a master of none. But what I like about the DMMs versus the GPMs is that we're talking about the longer distance you know, kind of area now, right? These things are going to be super dialed in at 60 yards and beyond. They're still handy enough to could be used as an assaulter build, right? They're not so unwieldy like the 20-inch builds, but when you're looking for that accuracy out the longer distances, and we're looking to like engage a lot of targets at that 60 yards or beyond, just having to eliminate a lot of targets very accurately, you know, using a high capacity magazine. Or if we're in the prone position and we have to use the shorty 11 round magazines, this thing can do both of those, you know, criterias, right? Both of those objectives really, really well. Pairing this with, you know, a sniper type optic, like the variable speed optics, this Hawk XB1 that we have on here, it just makes for a really good shooting marker at the longer distances. Okay, guys. The other thing too, like I said, one thing I love about Magfed paintball, guys, and I know a lot of people, you know, that play Magfed, a lot of us that's been playing Magfed for a long time, we love the looks of our markers if they look real, if they mimic real steel markers. And besides, you know, the Mark 18, you know, what is more iconic than the Mark 12 rifle, right? These things are just obviously just, like I said, they're just iconic. You know, I don't know what more else to say about it. Beautiful looking build, beautiful looking marker, but like I said, it comes with the performance as well too, right? You're gonna get those you know, 5-inch, 6-inch groups at 80 yards, sub 10-inch groups at 100 yards, right? Okay, guys, so number 2 on my list is going to be the MR12 builds, okay? Or some type of DMM build, okay? Number one on my list, this is my personal favorite. You guys obviously might have other maybe opinions. Definitely some of you guys definitely comment. Let me know what your guys' favorite builds are. Maybe post some pictures of your guys' own personal builds, what you guys like. But my favorite build is going to be our SDMR, H&K SDMR clone, guys. So our MR SDMR clone. This build to me is like, I've shot this. I'm going to do a review for you guys here in the near future. But this build, this marker is so well balanced, and it's just so accurate in all the different ranges. I just recently put a bipod on here for you guys to kind of show you guys what it looks like with the bipod, but like real steel, all the rifles now are kind of switching to this M-lock style of handguards, guys. And I know the reason why. It's just so light compared to the older, Picatinny, RASS, Mark 12 style of handguards. So even with the bipod, guys, now adding this extra weight to the front of the marker, this thing is still really well balanced. Without it, if we didn't have this bipod on anything, this thing is actually really light. It's just, it's almost like rocking the MR18 builds. It's just that well balanced, especially with the optic more towards the rear of the marker, using the crossbow scopes. And so, it's just a very well balanced marker. I love the look of it too. Like I said, looks, we gotta look good. We gotta feel good that we're gonna play good. So I just love the multicolor, the brown look, right? The tan color look. This marker build is kind of that in-between barrel length as well too, right? So unlike the 10-inch build with the SBMs, the 12 to 14 with the GPMs, the 18-inch builds with the MR12s, and of course the 20-inch builds with our snipers. This is a 16-inch build, right? So kind of like our real steel ARs, even like the Marines going to the M27. The 16-inch length just seems to be the perfect combination of close range combat, but also long distance designated marksman capability. So guys, yeah, this marker in my testing, especially using the M17 platform, this is why I love the M17 platform, even with its air deficiency issues. That consistency gives it really good accuracy, very similar to the Mark 12 builds or the sniper builds. Okay, guys? And so you can really just transition from 20, close range, 40, 60, 80, 100 yards, especially with the reticle on the crossbow scope, just super easy. All right. What else? Oh, I like the fact too that the M17 has a really good, reliable mag design. So whether that's the 18-round Valken FSR magazine or the older generation Milsig 15-round magazines, they're just super reliable with first strikes. And of course with the Greisen magazine, after you do the modification, so guys, watch that video on how to modify the Greisen magazines, but once you modify them, they're reliable as well. So yeah, that's my favorite marker, super well balanced. I've shot it, just super accurate, super easy to shoot. So guys, what is your guys' favorite markers, or what is your guys' top 5s? Okay guys, comment, let me know. But if you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Check you guys next time. Peace.